So yeah, I want to talk about tonight is using a facility, talk about breakout trading. Now, I mentioned just now about what I call high probability trade. The common theme here with most novice investors, and I mentioned just now with the SEC story, within 6 months of launching your career as a trader, most people are out of their money or out of trading. Okay, so bottom line, trading is all about probabilities. Okay, the most important thing you can learn as a trader is become disciplined. Now, the biggest enemy in the share market is human emotion. On one side of the scale, you got fear. On the other side of the scale is you got greed. You want to position yourself right in the middle and be objective. And the only way to be objective is to use discipline. Do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it. So that's the first thing you need to start learning. In terms of time, is be disciplined in your approach. Number one. And number two, very, very important, is be patient. The strategy I'm going to talk about just now, you need a lot of patience. So that's the one side. Another side is following very close onto discipline. You need a working knowledge of the type of trading, the theory that you're doing. So obviously the style of trading, number one, the strategy you're using, you need to have a working knowledge. What is the theory behind it? But the main idea or the main reason for doing high probability trading is the psychology. I'm a kind of person, I hate losing money on the market. Yes, it's part of the game. Okay, you pay school fees, but I don't like to lose money unnecessary. So the whole idea about high probability trades, and I use the phrase where you want to bend the odds in your favor. So, I want to be in a situation where I don't lose money. So if the reward outweighs the risk, then go for it. In other words, you only enter a trade when it's very close to a sure thing. Gee, the chances of you losing money is very, very negligible. So it comes back to what I talked about just now, having that trader's diary. You start working out your success ratio and things like that. We spoke in the past, I have spoken on this forum regarding a risk-reward scenario. I'm only willing to risk 1 rand to make 2 rand. Ideally, you want to risk 1 rand to make 3 rand. Okay, but when it comes to your trades, I believe in being successful 2 out of 3 times. That's the minimum benchmark. In other words, a 67% success rate. For every 3 trades I put on, 2 of them are going to be winners. Some of you might be more conservative. You say, gee, 4 out of my 5 trades. In other words, I want to go for a higher success rate. But gee, I still have to meet someone that does that consistently. I'm happy with my 70% success rate. Okay, that comes with time. So if I look at 70% success rate, out of every 10 trades I put on, I know 3 of them will be losers. But I manage those losses very, very tightly. They're very, very small. Okay, so that's why we talk about high probability trading. Okay, so let's talk about this strategy. This is a strategy, very simple. Anybody can do it. It works in all time frames. You can do it for day trading, swing trading, or position trading. It's ideally situated, ideal for a swing trader. What it is, you're taking a position within a trend's early stages. When we talk about a breakout just now, you'll see we used various chart patterns. So you want to take up a position. And when I say take up a position early, it's recognizing the pattern as it's starting to form. So a breakout occurs when it moves outside a support and resistance level. Now I'm assuming some of this terminology you guys learn, already. A support level is a floor, a resistance is a ceiling. So I'm presuming that you guys know about some of that already. I refer you to some of our online webinars or online tutorials. You can learn more about technical analysis. Now we're talking about price action, but also looking at volume, people's commitment to price. So I want to see increased volume. I want to see people's commitment to a breakout. I want to see volume increasing, and as there's panic buying or panic selling. That gives me the psychology aspect to it. Okay, so when it comes to support and resistance, especially using trend lines, the more times the share price has touched the support or resistance level, the more reliable that area is, the more valid it is, and also the more important the breakout will become. Okay, so the longer the support and resistance level has been in play, the better the outcome. Okay, so that even gives you that high probability, the more reliable that pattern is. And there's 3 patterns on our highlights. First of all, we talk about a sideways market.